Okay, if you drive in New York State, you're gonna wanna listen up. The rules of the road are getting one of the biggest overhauls we've seen in decades. And frankly, what you don't know could end up costing you your license. Let's get right into it.
So, you probably think you're a good driver, right? You watch your speed, you stop for red lights. But what if the rule book for what makes a good driver, at least in the eyes of the DMV, is about to change dramatically?
And believe me, I'm not talking about a few small adjustments here and there. We're looking at a complete restructuring of everything, from the driver point system to how speed limits are set and even how violations are enforced. And this isn't some problem for down the road, it's happening right now.
First things first, let's talk about the system that really determines whether you keep your license or not, the driver violation points. The state is completely re-engineering how it flags and penalizes drivers, and your margin for error, well, it's getting razor thin.
This is where you really need to pay attention. Starting in February 2026, the number of points needed for a potential license suspension drops from 11 down to 10. But here's the real kicker. The lookback period is expanding from 18 months to a full 2 years. That means older, minor tickets that would have disappeared will now stick around and stack up, creating a really dangerous compounding effect. And you can see just how serious the state is by looking at these huge jumps. Passing a stopped school bus, that soars from 5 points to a massive 8. Reckless driving, same thing, 5 to 8. And get this, even a common ticket like failure to exercise due care more than doubles, from 2 points all the way up to 5. Just 2 of those in 2 years, and suddenly your license is on the line. All right, next up, how are all these new rules going to be enforced? Well, it's not just about changing the laws, it's about changing how you're watched on the road. The state is leaning heavily into technology, which means automated systems are watching more closely than ever before. You're going to see these things everywhere. We're talking more red light cameras, more school bus cameras, and more automated speed cameras in work zones. This means you can get a ticket right in your mailbox without ever seeing a police officer. It all happens automatically, and it often catches drivers completely by surprise. Now, this explosion in cameras has led to a huge spike in something called ghost plates. This is when people use stuff like tinted covers or special sprays to make their license plates unreadable to cameras, all in an attempt to dodge tolls and tickets. And you can bet the state is cracking down on this, hard. Under the new Ghost Act, a first-time offense is going to cost you up to $500. But if you get caught 3 times in 5 years, they don't just fine you, they suspend your vehicle's registration for 90 days. The message is pretty clear. Trying to cheat the system is not going to pay off. Now, beyond all the points and penalties, there's a really big legislative push to protect the most vulnerable people on our roads. Pedestrians and anybody who's stopped on the shoulder. This is a huge one that a lot of people still don't know about. The move over law. It used to be just for emergency vehicles, right? Well, as of March 2024, you are now legally required to slow down and, if you can, move over 1 lane for any vehicle stopped on the side of the road. Any vehicle. And here's the heartbreaking reason why that change was so necessary. 37 people were killed in New York just standing outside their disabled cars in only a 4-year period. This law is a direct response to that awful statistic, and it's all about preventing these roadside tragedies. And down in New York City, there's Sammy's Law, which is giving the city the authority to lower its default speed limit from 25 all the way down to 20 miles per hour. It's another major shift that's laser focused on the direct link between a car's speed and a pedestrian's chance of survival. So, what happens if you do get one of these new higher point tickets? Well, the consequences go way, way beyond just the fine you pay to the court. A single conviction can set off a chain reaction that can be, frankly, financially devastating. Let me introduce you to the Driver Responsibility Assessment, or DRA. This is a whole separate penalty that you pay directly to the DMV. If you hit just 6 points on your license, you get hit with an extra bill for $100 a year for 3 years. That's $300 on top of your court fines. And for every single point over 6, you add another $75 to that total. So the big takeaway here is that one ticket is never just one penalty. It's a cascade. You get the points, then the court fine, then the state surcharge, then that DRA fee from the DMV, and then your insurance company hits you with a massive rate hike that can last for years. It just adds up to this huge financial and logistical nightmare. With the stakes being this high, it's totally understandable that a lot of drivers feel, well, overwhelmed.
Trying to navigate the legal system to fight a ticket can be a really complex and intimidating process. And with these kinds of consequences, every decision feels critical. And this is exactly why understanding your options is so incredibly important. A strategic approach to handling a ticket might mean looking for technical errors, negotiating with a prosecutor to get the points reduced, or maybe pleading it down to a non-moving violation. The whole goal is to stop that ripple effect and keep those points off your record. All of these changes, the new point system, the cameras everywhere, the tougher safety laws, they aren't going away. This is the new normal for driving in New York. And it really requires a whole new level of awareness and, for a lot of us, a completely new plan. You know, you look at the practice of a skilled attorney and they handle a lot of different complex areas, from criminal defense to litigation. They have a really broad base of knowledge. But with all these changes happening in New York, something interesting is shifting. Expert traffic defense isn't just for extreme cases anymore. Because the stakes are so high for everyone, it's becoming an absolutely vital resource for all kinds of drivers. So I guess that leaves us with one final thought. Under this new system, a system with a much longer memory and a lower point limit, just a couple of simple mistakes can now seriously threaten your ability to drive. The question every New Yorker really has to ask themselves is this: is your driving record ready for the new rules of the road?
If you have any questions about the new New York State traffic laws, call the law offices of Christina J. Otto, 844-266-0200, or go to cjautolaw.com for a free consultation.